Hi guys, we're going to learn about a new technology tool today that's called MindMup 2.0. It's a mind mapping digital version of what like a concept map or flowchart or any of those would be, to where we can incorporate things that we're focusing on and then map out our thoughts about certain areas and help us get more specific details on different areas. So today we're going to work on animal habitats. Now we've done these type of mapping before. We did one when we did the transportation unit, to where we took the specific focus of transportation and we broke it down into modes of transportation as far as things that went on water and air, on land, or on tracks. And then we broke it down even further into where boats were in water, planes were in the air, cars ran on the land. And so we're going to do that same thing with animal habitats today. If you are at home, then your adult is going to help you set up this Moodle. And I am going to do it at school. Obviously, since you're 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, I will be typing out your answers and then having you help me choose a picture and put it in our mapping. And then finally, coming to the end of our study, then making a picture of your favorite animal and its habitat. So if you're at home, you're going to go to your Google Drive, and your adult is going to click New. You're going to go down to More, and then over and find MindMup 2.0 for Google Drive. Now, if you've never used MindMup, which a majority of you have not, then your adult's going to go to Connect More Apps and search that. And then once you find the MindMup, then you'll install it into your Google Drive. So that way all you have to do is click on it. And yes, I want to create and share. So I'm going to show you how I set this up, and then we're going to kind of look at the one that I've already started for the class activity. So when you first come into MindMup, you're going to have this title or the main focus spot. So for this activity, we're going to put animal habitats. And then we can change the font and the color and everything that we want to as we go on along or after we finish. And then from that, you're going to click on the animal habitats and you're going to insert a child node. And what that is, it's going to allow you to then expand to more specific areas. So in the classroom or even at home, you're going to be able to watch a video on animal habitats and how it hones in on the key concepts that animals live where they can find what they need, and that where living things live is their habitat. We have our own habitats, animals have theirs as well, and that there's all types of different habitats around the world. So one, for example, would be the tundra. So that's someplace that's really cold, lots of animals that have like thicker fur or hair that can withstand more extreme temperatures live in that area. The same would be like for around here, if we added another child node, we could put the forest and leave it there. So we're going to go to the one that I've already started for our classroom so we can see how we add pictures too. So here's our animal habitats. And then I've listed out our 5 basic areas for habitats. And that would include water, tundra, the desert, the forest, and grassland. And so we would look at then which animals live in those habitats. Now, some animals could live in more than one type of habitat because they could adapt to be able to survive. Others could not. For example, some animals of the same type, but maybe a different type of that type, species of that type. Like the polar bear is going to live more in the tundra, to where the black bear would not necessarily, it would be more in the forest. But since they're both bears, but they live in 2 different habitats. So looking at like the giraffe, and the giraffe would be in the grassland, and then the polar bear in the tundra. When we do this activity in our classroom, we're going to have the chance to either pull an animal card out of a pile and then work together to decide what habitat it lives in, or you can choose an animal in your brain and then share it with us, and we can do the exact same thing where we're looking at what habitat that animal lives in. Then we'll pull up a picture so that way we can remember what that word means when we look back later. For those of you at home that are doing this with your adult at home, then they can help you fill out these as well. You can search pictures on either the internet, or you can use maybe pictures that you have home, or maybe you want to draw some pictures in the drawing app, and then you can add it on there too. So for example, if we wanted to add maybe something to the aquatic or the water habitat, then we would add that insert child node. Let's say we want to add a whale on there, and then we're going to click on it and we're going to push, oops, wrong one. Sometimes we push the wrong one. So then we're going to push select an image, and I'm going to upload because I've already saved these pictures to our file, so that way it would make it easier when we do it in class. And I'm going to select a file and I'm going to pick a whale. Some of these we're going to have to find pictures for once we get started, because some of you will think of different animals. We're going to make it a little smaller so it fits, and there's our whale. There's our high bar. The same with if we would want to put one for a forest. Then we would add our child node. Let's say we want to add a raccoon. So we would type its name, click on it again, and add our picture, upload, and select. So when we do this in our classroom, then I'm going to have the pictures down here for you to be able to pull up. But for sake of time and showing you how, then I'm going to do that right now. So here's, made it a little smaller, and now it's under there. And we can continue to add as many animals as we like. We could also add sub-characters of some of these animals too. Like if we happen to say that we want to put snakes. Well, snakes, different varieties of snakes live in different areas. Some live in the water, some live on the desert, some live in the forest, and even some can live in the grassland. Too cold in the tundra, but maybe not quite as north. So we can keep adding as many animals as we want. Sometimes we may do this activity and change the format because maybe we want to make it look a little different, and we want to use more of a line type atmosphere. Maybe we want to change it to, oops, view, and maybe a simple. There's some different looks. I like the top down that we were using before, so I'm going to put it back there so it brings us the main focus, and then we drop down to make more specific times. So now as soon as we finish this project of adding, and this may take some time because some of you are going to come up with some great animals for us to talk about, then we're going to make a picture of what our favorite animal is and what habitat it lives in. And if you're at home, then you're going to make a picture and then take a picture of that to put on the seesaw. So that way all of your friends can see it as well. We'll print out our MindMup and put it in the hallway with our pictures that we created. And so that way all of our friends can learn about animal habitats as well. I look forward to this activity. It's going to be super exciting. Thank you.